We're building a CRO calculator that shows businesses exactly how much they could be saving, and we're going to do it entirely with Webflow code components. So here's the plan. I've put together a brief for the CRO calculator. We'll use it as our foundation and translate it into a Webflow code component. We'll use Claude to design 3 concepts that will give us a solid visual starting point. We'll then ask Claude to generate a prompt that captures all the logic, design references, and instructions, essentially making it AI ready for Webflow. And finally, we'll generate the code component using AI. Let's get into it. So here's the brief for the CRO calculator. We'll need to take this and put it into Claude Design so that it can design 3 concepts for us to pick one. The best way to do this is to download it or export it as a markdown file. Markdown files are really easy for AIs to digest. So I've already downloaded it as a markdown file. The next thing I'm gonna do is to go on our website and find some inspiration for Claude Design. So I found this calculator on our website and I've screenshotted a couple of sections or a couple of screens from here. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do, just to make sure that I get it right with Claude Design, I will use Claude to prepare a prompt for me based on the markdown file, and I will grab this prompt and then I will paste it into Claude Design. I will also grab the screenshots and let's see what it can do for us. The good thing about AIs is that it will take you to about 60 or 70%, and then with your expertise you can put the cherry on top and get it 100%. You can even go one step further and add your design system inside Claude Design, and it will always reference this same design system, and it will be more cohesive. Amazing. Claude Design has now finalized the concepts. Let's quickly take a look at them. So this is the first one. This would be the second one. This would be the third one. So with the first one, this is extremely clean, but I don't necessarily like it because in comparison with concept 2 and 3, these two feel more like a calculator, more like a tool. So this is the reason why I would prefer concept 2 and 3. But for concept 2, we won't be sticking to the brief so that we have the inputs stacked horizontally. So I'll ask Claude Design to combine these two concepts, 2 and 3, set the inputs to be stacked horizontally, and then I also want from concept 2 the scenarios or the outputs to be stacked horizontally, just like we have in here. We should also remove the highlighted card. It makes no sense as there's no big difference between them. And then I also like the tags from each card. So let's ask it. Let's see what it comes up with. So this is it. It combined the two concepts. I really like it. There are a couple of bits that could be updated. For example, I would add more visual weight to the monthly revenue. But this is definitely something that we can achieve with Webflow's code components, with Webflow's AI. Let's take this design. And once again, we'll need to ask Claude to prepare a prompt for Webflow's AI. And with that prompt, we'll add it inside Webflow. And we will also take this design to give it a design reference. Webflow's AI do not accept markdown files at the moment, so we'll need to make sure that we are preparing the best prompt. Let's download this concept as a PNG file. All right, now let's move on to Claude. I've already prepared a prompt, but the first thing that I will do is that I will call my web dev wizard skill. This skill is specialized in Webflow, so it would make sense to create the prompt with this skill. I will now add the markdown file that we initially downloaded from the brief. This is it for now. Let's see. So it starts writing the prompt. It seems to be looking fine, and it respects the existing brief. And now we can quickly grab this prompt. All right, now let's move to Webflow. Let's paste this prompt. And let's also add the design. All right, and let's see. So the good thing about code components is that it can also create properties that we can then manipulate for texts or for other input, for spacing and so on. The downside is that at the moment it cannot be connected to the CMS, which would be something extremely cool to have. And just like magic, here's our calculator built with Webflow code components. It looks similar to what Claude designed, but from now on we can also iterate directly from the code in here, or you can prompt Webflow's AI assistant to edit. Now we can fine tune it, we can put our cherry on top and amend the little details. But now let's quickly see how it behaves on a page, so we can better understand what we will need to amend. For example, on this page, I'll grab the CRO calculator, right, and it looks really good. So I managed to save a couple of hours of designing, of building, and in about 10 or 15 minutes, I managed to design and build this CRO calculator. As we can see, it also created properties for the CTA URL, for the heading, for the subheading, and we can also create more properties. I would like to have some properties for these labels right here, for this additional text, for the button text. But what we need to take from this video is that AI managed to take us from 0 to 70% in a couple of, which is amazing. Now let's publish this and test if it works. Let's check on the staging environment. All right, let's check the logic. I might need to double check the logic inside the Webflow code components. Now let's quickly look at the responsiveness. I definitely need to work on this one, but it will be extremely easy just to prompt Webflow's AI and it will do the updates in a matter of minutes. Just to recap what we've done. We've prepared the brief, downloaded it as a markdown file. We gave it to Claude to prepare a prompt for Claude Design. We also grabbed a couple of screenshots our website to give Claude Design more context. We then took that design, we've added it inside Webflow code components. We also prepared a prompt for Webflow code components using Claude, and this is what we came up. Thank you for watching this video.